Okay, folks, let's call the public hearing for Monday, November 21st, 2022 to order. I have a very brief statement to read. Council meeting is being held in order to hold public hearings on land use matters. The public and anyone who believes their interest in property is affected by the agenda items may speak or present written submissions. Everyone will be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard at the hearing. Those of you who wish to speak or are registered with the city clerk should, after being recognized by the chair, begin by clearly stating your name and your address. If you have provided a written submission, please make this known at the beginning. All written submissions will be retained by the city clerk and form part of the record of the hearing. Each speaker may address the hearing a maximum of twice. Lengthen your first presentation limited to 10 minutes. Comments must be relevant and not obstruct. Any additional presentation, which must be on new information, will be limited to 3 minutes. Members of council may ask questions of you following your presentation, but the function of council members during a public hearing is to listen to the views of the public, not to debate the merits of the matters with citizens. Any debate by members of council will occur at the subsequent vote. So the order of proceedings, first of all, the city clerk will briefly describe the matter under consideration. Then the applicant or their agent will be invited to make a brief presentation. City clerk will identify any written submissions received. Then oral submissions from the public will be heard, and any further written submissions will be received. And finally, the hearing will be closed. Please note, delegations must present in a respectful manner without interference or comments from the audience. City Council is committed to ensuring a safe and respectful environment and supports the rights of the community to bring comments forward. Please observe these rules. If you have any concerns with the manner in which the hearing is conducted, direct your comments to the chair. So, Mr. Clerk, we have just the one item.
Thank you, Your Worship. Item number 1 is Richmond Zoning Bylaw 8500, Amendment Bylaw 10415. Location is 10331 and 10333 Bird Road. The applicant is Iqbal Singh Buller, and the purpose is to rezone the subject property from the single detached RS1A zone to the single detached RS2B zone to permit the property to be subdivided to 2 lots. And the first reading was October 11, 2022.
All right, so the applicant is here. Did you wish to make a presentation or just await questions? Okay, any written submissions?
None, Your Worship.
Anybody wishing to speak to us on this item? Anybody?
Move second, third.
Moved and seconded. Discussion on that. Councillor Wolf.
Thank you, Your Worship. Just a few comments on this item. When it was at Council October 11th, I voted in opposition to it then, and I know there's 2 councillors who are newly on Council since then, and they do have their updated package to get them up to speed on this item. But I just thought I'd highlight in our a little bit of the opposition that I remain with. I was wondering if today there would be public on either side speaking on its behalf or their behalf for this property. Seeing none, I have my notes in front of me from when I was opposed to it before, and I think back to the election campaign and speaking to people in the area on Cathcart and Bird and Daniels and McLeod and that area of Bridgeport. A lot of people are looking for something different in a development, and I really appreciate that this applicant follows what's been done before and does the job of putting in the secondary suites and abiding by the tree preservation bylaw. But I do have to stand by the position that I had then and what I heard from the public. We need to do a better job of retaining existing mature trees. If you look at the location of this one, which is in our package page PH 11, but that image is a bit dark and hard to see, so I actually recommend PH 17. It's a bit more zoomed in, but you can see the property in the back. It's for the third acre. A lot of green space in the back. There's most of the trees of the 9 are in that back corner, and it is a greenway. It's a trail. It's an asset to this community, and a lot of people value that the property owners adjacent to it treat it as such. And so this is proposing to remove 7 of the 9 trees. I think they could remove 7, but they should plant 14. They propose to plant 8 and pay out for the remainder. Or they could keep more and just remove 5 and then have to plant 10 if that's a better number for them to fit. But I think there is ways to move around for that. There's aspects of the affordable housing, the number of units that we could fit into this, and I'm sure that's a demand going forward. So I'll leave it at that, and thank you.
All right, with that, we'll call the question. All those in favor? Those opposed? It's carried with Councillor Galanders and Wolf and Day opposed. Someone move adjournment. Thank you, we're now adjourned.